Welcome, everyone, to our Power Thinking, Rejuvenating Your Amazing Mind training for Wednesday, March the 25th, 2026. We are just about done with March. We are this is the last Wednesday in March, and this is our 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time edition. I'm your moderator, Stanley Green, and it's always a pleasure. Always look forward to this. It's amazing that it's been since 2018 that we've done these each and every Wednesday. I may have missed one. Some of you have not missed many yourselves. So, let's pat each other on the back for the consistency and the recognition of the importance of what we do every week to help you build and reinforce these absolutely essential skills and inner strengths of resilience, all evidence-based. So our goal is to help you to retrain your brain. And I can tell you that while I do this every week, I'm a big believer in it. It comes in handy for me because we all work to be very positive, consistently positive, no matter what comes along. But then emotions can be triggered by things that may happen. And the question is, how long do we stay in those negative emotions versus kind of bouncing back and moving forward and being resilient, exhibiting that grit and exhibiting that positivity. So that's what this is all about. And I am so happy that you are with us each and every week. And many of you are on the Power Thinking app. And if you're not, make sure you take advantage of that. We have a new pricing structure. So make sure if you're already an app member, if you have any questions about, how you make the changes, we can make that happen. So today we focus on Power Thinking Resilience Inner Strength number 4, which is self-efficacy. And self-efficacy is the belief, right? This deep-rooted belief that you have control over your ability to succeed. So how many people do you know that don't have that self-efficacy, that believes that their ability to succeed is largely impacted by their environment, where they may be at any given time, what neighborhood they live in, what ethnicity, what political party may be in power, what's going on in the world, those things and other things, whether they have a college degree or not, or finished high school, what school did they attend, that it's these things that matter most, and that drives their ability to succeed. So that no matter what they may believe, there are other factors that ultimately, control what happens to them. I'd love to get your thoughts about that, and feel free to hit that *6 or make a comment on LinkedIn. How about self-efficacy? This belief that we have control over our ability to succeed. It's a big factor as it relates to our ability to bounce back from life's adversities. Because if we don't have strong belief that we can get out of any situation that we're in, negative situation that we're in, then our chances of moving forward are relatively slim. So we shared the video from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, and this was the basketball scene. Less than 2 minutes, but extremely, extremely powerful. I'd love to get your take on that video. I've shared it in the past, and again, would love to get your thoughts on this video that was shared and how that would relate to self-efficacy. We're going to try something a little different today. We're going to actually share the video, attempt to share the video across the various platforms, and see how that all works. So I see Leslie Flowers. I'll bring your comment up. Good morning, this is Leslie, Power Thinking family from North Carolina. Leslie, thank you as always for joining us. We really appreciate it, and I'd love to get your thoughts. We have Carla Hill on the line. Anyone who would like to comment on the line, I want you to hit that *6. Did you watch the movie? Did you ever watch the movie Pursuit of Happiness? What did you think about the movie, which is about a person who was selling medical scanning equipment? He came from nothing, was homeless, and worked his way to be ultimately a stock trader, and investment banker, and it is from a true story. How realistic is it? Well, it's definitely realistic because it actually happened. What did you think about the movie when you saw it? If you didn't see it, what did you think about the clip that we shared where Will Smith with his son, and I'm just going to use their real names, Jaden Smith, and they're on the basketball court, and Jaden wants to be in the NBA. I mean, he's super excited as he's shooting the ball. He says, I'm going pro. I'm going pro. So let me know if that would go right to Carla Hill and anyone else. Hit that *6. Love to get your thoughts about the movie, about the video, and what it means to self-efficacy. How we talk about self-efficacy, our power thinking, resilience, inner strength, number 4, the belief that you have control over your ability to succeed. What did you see in that particular video? And any comments as to whether it actually worked out? And you can see it particularly from the folks like Leslie, who were online, who's watching on LinkedIn, as well as we have a few other people, Timothy Butts on LinkedIn, someone else, this is LinkedIn user, mindset is everything. Appreciate you. We'll go right to the phone lines. Carla Hill. Carla, thank you for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about self-efficacy in the pursuit of happiness basketball scene. Welcome.
Good morning, Stanley. Good morning, all. Carla Hill calling from Pennsylvania. So I have to say, my favorite type or favorite genre of movies are biographies. I love true stories. So just after content it makes me smile. Will Smith and Jada Smith band. So in terms of just looking, so it caught my attention. And one of the things, and the reason why, one of the other reasons why, is self-efficacy is one of my favorite, at this point, the 7 years in the program, I do have favorite types of skills and traits that I work on, and reflecting on my 2025 goals, so 2025 reflections for my 2026 goals, efficacy was definitely one of them, and this is the definition that I use, and it was, I don't know if you gave us I use a diagram, an image from it, and it shows the intersection and the more detailed definition, and it says the belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute the courses of action required to manage positive situations. So I play it out because I go a little bit deeper, and then and what I see in my career planning practice is that it's a big lack of that belief, and part of it is they talk about 4 things, and this is from Albert
Bandera. Yep.
Yep. He's the psychologist that came up with this.
Uh-oh.
And with the situation, I have self-efficacy in certain things, some others. So it depends on what it is. And then it's like we got to be in that psychological state, that emotional state to be ready to implement. And our previous experience of others, and that coaching, it's the intersection of those 4 things. But right now, for the support of my career clarity group that I support, and parents of clients that are in that next generation, that's why this was right on time, and I'm going to share that with my group tonight, with the parents that are supporting the next generation from the products of how it will block them. And as a person that has interacted with different people, just being in human resources, thousands of people growing up in New York, one thing, regardless of demographic, what we care about, Black, white, Asian, we care about our children.
Yes.
We want them to do better than what we did. And sometimes we care so much that it snuffs out what they're really supposed to do.
Yes.
So that's what I'm going to be sharing, the power of self-efficacy. And with both groups, I'm going over a book called The Purpose Code, and where it talks about not just the big P, right? Oh, big, hairy, audacious goal that people talk about. It's the purpose anchors. It's the journey, and that helps build the self-efficacy as well. So this was right on time, and this is the content that I'm sharing for the book club and my support group tonight. So
okay, well, look, wait a minute. Before you go away, Carla, you have to let people know how to get in touch with you and to get into those groups that you're running, because I'm sure they are absolutely fantastic. I know there have been at least a few of folks who are doing what we do here, but also participating in the groups that you have and accountability groups and so forth. So, and you've been with us since 2018. So again, I can't let you get away without, mentioning that and mentioning or giving you the opportunity to mention how to get in touch with you.
Oh, great. Thank you for the opportunity, Sam. The quick way is I do have a website, I have a couple of websites, but the quickest, fastest way is carlahill.com, KarlaHill.com as well. And for this group, you can text me directly to 215-802-0050. So,
and repeat that.
215-802-0050.
Got it.
Again, 215-802-0050. But thanks for the opportunity. And again, one other reflection is that, especially you, I know one of your passions, finance, right? And the goal is to be always debt free and have that financial independence number. But there's steps to get to that, right? There's lots of steps, and people in the finance world understand that, whether it's daily habits, all of the above, but it's also for career optimization. It's also for resilience. So we need to focus on what we really want. Whatever we focus on, and one of my mentors told me that recently, what's the most valuable currency? A lot of people say time, and we took it a little bit deeper, where it's our attention and our focus. Whatever we focus, that's what we'll get.
You got it.
So thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Really appreciate it. And let's go next to Leslie Flowers. Leslie, thank you for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about self-efficacy, particularly as it relates to the scene. And by the way, since you're on LinkedIn as well, were you able to see the video on LinkedIn? Welcome. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, yeah.
Well,
okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome.
Can you hear? Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm actually on my phone playing both sides against the middle, so I don't know what.
Doing it all on your phone. Okay.
Be on the phone in the other. Right, but yeah. So I still wanted to welcome everybody on LinkedIn. So there is a way to do that, but the detraction is that I cannot see. I know you're live because I saw that.
Okay.
Sure, but I don't know about the video.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm in North Carolina. We're doing March Madness here. I haven't kept up with it, but lots of basketball excitement in the ACC territory. I love the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, and actually, Stanley, I had to look up efficacy, right? And I'll see if I can, tell you exactly what it says. Efficacy is the capacity of power to produce a desired effect or result. And that's been my work for 20 years. Following the structure of Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, I have been fortunate enough to bring 500 goals of my clients and my own across the finish line in 12 weeks over 18 years. Mm-hmm. And Carla's right, there is a process. What I loved, so I love that, hadn't looked at it that way. As far as the video goes, what really struck me was what Will Smith did with his son when he said, I never want to see you wasting your time or basically investing time playing basketball all the time. Right? And of course, everybody realizes that this is what the kid wants, right? He's just at the verge of getting excited and carries around his basketball. He's able to create that moment when we're caught between our fear and our desire. What I got in that movie is that your desire has to outweigh your fear. And the little boy, you could see, was really conflicted. And how wonderful for a child that age to get that lesson.
Yes.
Right? And all of us knew exactly what was going on. So it was a beautiful moment that everybody has been through. Now, what has to happen is one must be ready and willing to put in the time with the desire to be, do, or have more. Because it all hinges on learning and what you're thinking.
Yes.
The problem is that most people are not thinking at all. They spend most of their time simply reacting, 95% of the time. But the work we do, you do, Stanley, that I do, my shows, is about strengthening our higher side to outweigh and outwit those fears. So thanks for letting me share. And I hope you're having a great day.
Thank you, Leslie. Really appreciate you and all the work you do. Leslie, you can actually participate in what she does, or at least, be involved. You can comment on LinkedIn. She has LinkedIn events Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Mondays is Mind Over Matter, and Fridays is Think and Grow Rich. So I think all of the folks that are with us that are having events, we want to and have various opportunities for you to learn and grow. We need to promote that so that you can be a part of those sessions as well. So thank you, Leslie. And what happened was very powerful in those 2 minutes. Will had to stop himself. Will Smith stopped himself and recognized that he was getting in the way of having his son, fulfill his dream. So there are a number of folks that just don't make it to the NBA and pro, but there are a number that do make it, and some that do quite well. And if they would have followed some of the folks that said, hey, you know what, you shouldn't be spending your time on this, they wouldn't be where they are today. Let's go next to Olu. Olu, thank you for joining us. Mention where you're joining us from and your thoughts about self-efficacy, particularly as it relates to the clip we shared from Pursuit of Happiness. Welcome.
Hey, hi, Stanley.
Good to see you.
Oh, same here. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So with self-efficacy, in my personal experience, is a wonderful thing, a wonderful ability to develop. But as I was listening first to Carla and then to Leslie, it kind of just stood out to me that, we might be able to teach the framework of the process in schools and all of that. But I think for for us individually, it comes from experience because there's so many factors connected to it. It's going to be affected or influenced by self-confidence, level of education, exposure, how many times we've fallen, the scope of the fall or the degree of the fall, and then the kinds of people we're connected with, that we're blessed to be connected with, people who have time, to share some of their own personal experiences with us, thereby giving us insight, into that particular, situation that we're in, not specifically the problem that we're going through, because I have this conviction that, we're each walking a very unique path, kind of like fingerprints, experiences cannot be borrowed, they're enlightening in the sense that generally they just teach us a couple of things, and that is why, this kind of spaces are wonderful, because we learn, from other people's experiences when they share their own thoughts, and then, so for self-efficacy, I think it's very critical that one is confident, regardless of what we achieve, because I think self-efficacy is built on self-confidence, because self-confidence would mean that regardless of where we are at any particular point, we know who we are, internally we are sure of it, even if externally we've not manifested it, and then we'll continue to walk, keeping our principles, and our morals intact with integrity, not compromising our integrity because we want to just make some progress. That is, my thoughts on that. Thank you,
Great.
Stanley, for the opportunity.
Thank you, Olu. I appreciate you joining us and sharing your thoughts. And so, as I think about self-efficacy, and by the way, March Madness is on, and especially in North Carolina. North Carolina State was in. You get Duke. You have so many schools in that in Tobacco Road there, and very big basketball area. And so, hopefully, everybody's enjoying it. But what I wanted to mention, and all great points made by Olu and by Carla and by Leslie. So we thank you for those comments. I want to give a special shout out. I have Sherry Aquari. I want to give a special shout out to her because of her self-efficacy. She's been able to pick up more clients and out of East Africa. She's out of East Africa, but our clients are global. So I want to congratulate you for that, Sherry, and what you do for us in sending out invites. And then for Olu, who has secured additional clients out of, he's in West Africa in Nigeria. So so excited to see what you're doing there. We have a person that approached me in the Gambia who wants to help out with power thinking. So appreciate you all. But I wanted to share quickly my own story as it relates to self-efficacy with my own son. And I don't talk a lot about my kids, but in this case, when this movie was released in 2006, Will Smith, Jaden Smith, my middle child was in college, graduated 07, and then I'll never forget 08, nice job with Ford Motor because his sister had been at Ford Motor for years and doing well, and had him an interview and they liked him. While he was at Ford Motor, he was following his dream of getting into music. So he took mixing courses and got certification. And then came the time when his thought was, I want to follow my dream. This was in 2008 during a recession, incredible setback financially, globally. And Ford Motor was laying off people, but they wanted to keep him, and they were laying off someone that had actually more years with the company. He had a nice territory, expense account, had a brand new Ford Mustang GT, and living on his own. And he called me one day and said, Dad, you know what? I have my certification to be a mixing engineer. And there's an opportunity in LA to go out and be a non-paid intern. It's during a recession. Ford wanted to keep him. He was hoping they would lay him off, and it didn't happen. What do I do? I said, son, I'm glad that I said this. Look, follow your dream. You don't have any obligations, other than yourself. This would be the time to just go for it. And so he did. He took a few bags of clothes flew out to LA, worked at a major studio. He was cleaning toilets, fetching coffee. Remember, this is a guy that had, his own expense account and everything. And he was doing this for years. I'd get the phone calls. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Uh-oh, he needs money. And he hung in there. And then when the top assistant to this 12-time Grammy Award winning mixing engineer left to do the show called The Voice, he became a now paid assistant. And then from that point, he went out on his own. After about 6 months of being a paid assistant, he decided to be entrepreneurial and went out on his own. And the bottom line is that in time, you see on the video, Will Smith and Jaden Smith. In about 2018, he did a mix of song for Jaden Smith that was part of a Grammy Award-winning soundtrack for the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And then just this past year, worked on Will Smith's most recent album, working directly with Will Smith. So what do you think would have happened if I would have just poured cold water on that? Son, you got a nice job. It's a recession. Don't go anywhere. That'll never happen. And this is where I thought I succeeded as a father and kind of bolstered that his own self-efficacy. And he went on and now is about 3-time Grammy nominated and doing some wonderful things. So shout out to Stan and for his own self-efficacy, and shout out to each one of you for your self-efficacy. So thank you very much for being with us. And remember, since we spend all of our time thinking, it's 50,000 thoughts a day, we must think with power and utilize power thinking. So we'll say goodbye to the folks on the phone lines, to Farrellyn Dove and Gloria Hairston and Mary Turner and Sophia Edwards, Dr. Egman Kowalski, and Lindsay Enger and everyone else. We really appreciate you. Make it a fantastic day. Hopefully we'll see you again this evening. And for the folks on LinkedIn, go out with Soyaka and Olu, and we had who else? Sherry Aquari, who it was on with us on LinkedIn, and others. We really appreciate you. And Leslie Flowers, really appreciate you all as well. Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. So let me